Sean McDermott. This fella.
Yeah.
He ain't going to have this job much longer, is he?
Dude, I was saying that. I was talking to my father-in-law who's a massive Bills fan. I was like, I think y'all's coach is going to get fired. And all that. He's like, no way. They would never fire him. I'm starting to look more right by the day.
He reportedly, and not just reportedly, he's acknowledged this. He is trying to talk to his players about coming together.
Mm-hmm.
And as his best example of people coming together for the greater good, hey, if we all work together, we can really accomplish some amazing things if we're all on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
He said, think about those 9/11 hijackers. They had to work together.
Just stop right there.
Right?
Come on, man. First off, you live in New York. I know it's Buffalo, but what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Now, this story actually came out, and like you said, yeah,
He had apologized for it yesterday.
Yeah, this came out in 2019, I think, or he said this in 2019. So it's interesting that it comes out now.
Oh, this is one of those where
yeah.
People are now talking about Sean McDermott. It's like, well, hey, did you ever hear about that time when he did this thing?
Yeah.
Right. So he has to come out and apologize for it yesterday. He says, not only was 9/11 a horrific event in our country's history, but a day that I lost a good family friend. As I mentioned to the team then that I regretted and apologized for me not doing a good enough job of communicating my point, I'm going to do the same with my team today. So if there's anyone new, they understand how important that is to me and my family because it's an important event, a horrific event in our history. So now he's like, I shouldn't have brought it up.
Yeah.
But this is a classic example of if you can take away the, buddy, you shouldn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a point in there somewhere. And that's how he gets caught. He gets hung up on it. There's probably a point in there somewhere, but it's just not a point anybody wants to hear. And there's got to be a better way to make it.
Exactly. I think rule of thumb is 9/11 and the Holocaust.
Just leave them alone.
Just don't use them in any comparison of anything.
Well, you'll run into this every once in a while. I think Kanye West did it.
Yeah.
It's the same type of thing. Like he gets caught up on what I'm saying is technically true. And it's like, okay, buddy, but nobody wants to hear it.
Right.
All right. So I think one of the many things he got in trouble for was he said, Hitler was a great leader, or you've heard that before,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Now, if you just take that statement and say, okay, let's talk about it. People go, somebody would say it to you and you go, whoa, buddy, what? And they go, well, and then you start talking to me about it. You say, well, GP, what you're missing here. I get it, terrible person, but great leader. He did lead an entire people. And so you could go, okay, I guess that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, but shut up.
Yeah.
I guess it's true, but let's find another leader to hold up as an example. So I guess here, same type of thing. I guess it's technically true that the hijackers had to work together to accomplish what it is they were trying to accomplish. I guess that's technically true, and that's clearly what he got caught up on. Nobody wants to hear that.
No.
Find another example of people coming together to accomplish something other than one of the darkest days in our nation's history.
Yeah, that's not a good look. And again, I think it's interesting that it's something that happened a couple years ago, and it's all coming to light today. I think he's on the hot seat, man.
Well, you got to be.
Yeah.
When the on-the-field stuff's not good.
They don't make the playoffs.
And now you got off-the-field stuff that's creating headlines. It's just this is the type of stuff where people go, we need to find somebody else to do this job. Sean McDermott's coaching Buffalo this time next year.
If they make the playoffs, I'll say yes. If they don't, I'll say no.
I'm just asking you, based on everything you know right now.
Uh-huh. I would say
no.
I mean, they're right there in the mix. I'll say yes.
Hey.
I'll say yes.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Well, be careful out there with your comparisons.
With your analogies.
Yeah, just be careful. And you are right. That's a pretty good rule of thumb. Don't ever make a Holocaust joke. Don't ever make a... And I'm somebody who actually likes jokes.
Yeah.
I'm not offended by jokes.
No, I'm not either.
I think jokes are... I think, if I'm being honest with you, if you told a really funny 9/11 joke, I would laugh at it.
Mm-hmm.
All right? I laugh at things that are funny.
Mm-hmm.
Laughter is involuntary. When you hear something that's funny, you'll laugh at it, regardless of whether it's appropriate or not.
Yeah.
I'm not offended by jokes. But I'm also smart enough to know I can't tell Holocaust jokes and 9/11 jokes.
You don't want to be the person telling those jokes.
I'm not offended by them, Like if I'm on Instagram and I see some ridiculous 9/11 joke, if it's funny, I will laugh at it. But I'm not going to then turn around and go, ooh, I need to get one off.
Yeah.
I need to get a 9/11 joke off.
Right.
I need to get a Holocaust joke off. There's just a couple things. Just leave them alone.
Yes.
Right? Just
Agreed.
leave them alone. And the Holocaust is one, and 9/11 is another. And if Sean McDermott didn't know that before, I bet he knows it now.
Yeah.
I bet he knows it now.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.